again. Hey, so welcome back. Alexandrian Codex, Alex, where the water tastes like wine. Shit, did I not open with where the water tastes like wine? Well, it don't matter. So we're heading north in Colorado, and by north I mean north, because there's nothing but mountain right there. Oh god, Colorado is gonna be a bitch to get around. Colorado's mountainous. I kind of get for the purposes of this game to make mountains impassable. Though on the other hand, I think it's a little needlessly pedantic because you only put major rivers in the game. And mountains aren't totally impassable. I'm an undead skeleton man, so should be fine. You know, I haven't spent much time in Utah. I don't have much to say about it. Salt Lake City's pretty cool. Salt Lake City's a really interesting juxtaposition of a very conservative culture mixed in with metropolitan attitudes and what seemed to me to be a rising current of liberal influence and attitude from the West. In the short time, and I mean a couple of days, is all I've spent in Salt Lake City, it felt like a city and a culture in shift, which made it really fascinating but very confusing at the same time. Colorado's nice. I don't really have much to say about it. I've only met nice people from Colorado, but I've never spent much time there. Had a really good friend in college from here.
A group of men across the street from the jail wave you over.
Thank God you're here.
The man is sweating profusely.
I thought George hadn't come through for us.
Another eyes you appraisingly.
Not much brawn on you. You better have the brains to compensate.
Yeah, definitely. What?
No need to play dumb, it's just us here. We can speak openly.
The sweating man seems impatient.
Your role has changed slightly. You'll still be the distraction, but it's gotten riskier. Davis's fault. We think the guards recognized him.
Yeah, naming a city blank city is a little lazy. But, I mean, it's a city next to the Salt Lake, so it's a fitting name. New York City is another one that's a little... Yeah, okay, it's in New York, and it's the city in New York. Why not just... I don't know.
No time for that.
The sweating man takes charge.
We got the dynamite. We know the timings. The longer we wait, the riskier it gets. You...
He points at you, then down the street.
Make a scene. If you can involve the police, all the better. Then scram.
It's too early for the shops to be open, but a car is parked
alert the
awkwardly
police.
outside the grocer's.
Panama City?
There
Yeah,
are
same
an
thing.
unusual number of men in the street. Several have the awkward casualness of a policeman trying to look like a civilian.
Nope, just gonna
The
alert them.
conspirators wouldn't guess what you're up to immediately. They won't hear what you say to the cop. Only note that you have, briefly, caught all the officer's attention. If you do this right, you can arrange for the criminals to be caught in the act.
I mean, our names are pretty lazy in general. Like... England? Angleland, land of the Angles. Of the Anglo-Saxons, rather. Netherlands. The United States of America is an incredibly boring plain name. Yes, the Federated Provinces of Continent. Man, wow, so creative.
The policeman conceals his reaction with false concern. He calls another officer over to help you to a bench. His real instructions are barely audible. 3 officers take a back route to the gang. The cop thanks you before moving to block a potential exit.
But to that point, creativity in naming is not necessarily a good thing. A weird name is a bad name. A good name, like New York City or Panama City or whatever else, conveys in its name where it is or what it's about. Just like country names. Like, the names are generally terms to help you understand where it is and what it is, more so than sounding cool. Yeah. What is this symbol? I do not recognize this. Who dis?
In front of the cops is a sturdy house. It is neatly shut up, and there is an undisturbed layer of dirt on the front porch. Crack. There must be someone inside.
There's someone inside of this house. There's someone inside of a lot of houses. Why am I checking this one out?
No one responds to your knock, and the door is locked. But a barrel below the window affords easy access inside. As you poke your head in, there's a whistle, and a rope catches your neck.
Move, and we'll choke you.
Twist free.
The rope tightens, squeezing your throat. Your breath rasps.
Stop it! Stop it! You gotta let go.
The voice is high and light. A woman's? The rope slackens for a moment, long enough for you to work the noose loose and get your head free.
Noose loose.
2 voices are arguing.
Alright.
I said, I'm not staying if you hurt people.
That's the second voice. No. It's a child.
If we don't keep our home secret, how are we going to be safe?
Another child, a boy.
Oh.
You slip the noose off while they fight.
What
The
up,
girl
kids?
glances at her sullen companion before addressing you.
I'm very sorry, but you're not welcome. We don't allow adults here. Adults cannot be trusted.
She reaches for your hand.
If you promise not to tell anyone where we are, we'll let you go unharmed.
Yeah, okay, promise. Who gives a
Thank
fuck
you.
where you are?
You're all right, I reckon.
The girl smiles.
Good luck on your travels.
The boy sticks his chin out.
If you tell anyone, I'll get you.
The girl sighs.
If you tell anyone, you'll have to live in the woods.
She explains.
How the hell? Whatever. How are those kids surviving? Oh, okay, this is an improved story. What do we get? Empty town where they found 100 smoothly faceless unknown corpses. What? Jesus, that's so much creepier. Faceless unknown corpses. Alright, yep. Yep, okay. Well, now I know for a fact it's a scary story. Jesus Christ. Wait, what? Oh, we were tired, but we're not tired anymore? So this is one point of the game that I've taken issue with. So we have 3 kinds of currency. We have money, we have our health, we have our energy level. And these arbitrarily raise and drop at different points. And I've never had them hit empty, to my knowledge, unless that happened once where I just spontaneously died. But I felt like us dying was scripted in that case. Not sure. In any case, Denver. Stunning skyline isn't the only beauty gracing this mountain city. It's long rows of glinting greenhouses too, stuffed with carnations and roses. I think you can smell them on the breeze.
Jagged sandstone rises above the lip of a hollow basin in the rock. A crowd is gathered in the foothills. Their excited whispers wash over you, echo off the ochre outcrops. You can almost pick out fragments of conversations.
Mingle with the
The
crowd.
voices around you were heightened by the surrounding stones. An argument, hissed from behind clenched teeth, sounds like shouting. A child's plaintive cry sounds like a shriek. Beneath these, there are older voices, ones that belong to the earth. The rocks preserve them.
Huh.
A woman steps forward. The crowd parts for her. She opens her mouth and begins to sing. A smoky, vibrant alto. The sound resonates in the basin, and the mountains join her in a reverberating round. Even after she finishes, the soft strains of music linger.
That would be so cool. Music echoing off the red rocks in Denver. Getting an infinite echo going on would be fucking rad. There's Wyoming. Not ready for you yet. Let's head down to this corner. Well, let's work our way down this river, see if we can spy anything from across the river. If we can, we go south to wrap this up. Otherwise, we head on north into Wyoming. Alright, not seeing anything. Getting pretty okay at that. I mean, I've been practicing for hours. Nope. Ain't shit down here, so up to Wyoming. Nope. If you're seeing too many farms right now, you would have hated when we were in the Midwest. Most of those states are just farm, farm, farm. Here it's starting to get too arid for there to be reliable farmland. This part of the country's mostly used for livestock, cattle, because with grazing you can move herd from field to field and not reduce the soil quality too much. Though this time people were trying to farm it all year round, which was part of what led to the Dust Bowl. Well, this is a cute twister looking farm. Oh, I see something. Oh my god. Oh, I'm tired, of course. Have we hit Canada yet? No, right? No, we just hit Montana. Jesus Christ. Sneaky. Sneaky. Oh, wait. This is gonna be northwest. What? So, okay, the southwest starts here. And... Huh. I don't really see where the southwest ends, but apparently right here. As the music changes, yep.
The inn is the only respite from the rain outside. Enormous trees dwarf even the largest buildings and homes here, and the inn is no exception. But you find its interior as dark as the forest outside. No one is behind the bar. The quiet of the night is broken by the sound of glass crashing into the floor. A huge black tomcat, its coat taking on a moonlit sheen, laps experimentally at the high-proof hooch that had just spilled. You try to lean over the cat to pet it, but something about the malevolent way he stares at you gives you pause. The beast pads into a darkened doorway, entering the back room of the inn.
It's not a good story if you just leave, so follow it.
You light a match to see by in the darkness, but you still nearly trip on her. A woman, presumably the landlady, her eyes gone glassy and foggy. And on her chest is that damned cat, snout to her face, sucking in the air from her dead lungs.
Jesus. All right. I can't remember where the capital of Wyoming is, so we kind of just worked our way up this way. There might be something down this way. So we can go through Montana, not go into Idaho, swoop down through this side of Wyoming on the way down, then into Utah. Yeah. Oh shit. What do we got? Money. No, see, you keep throwing money at me, game. I don't want money. I want... Wait, we're no longer tired? Oh. Okay. No, you gave me what I needed. Thank you. You communicated it in a weird way. So we came up through here, yeah? So there's nothing in this half of Wyoming, but there's probably something in this half? Montana's really big, though. Fuck. Is there anything in this direction? Not looking like it. Okay, hopefully not. So we'll go there. Then we'll go there. Then northward? Maybe? So one thing that's been a slight irritation is that overworld map doesn't one-to-one fit the ratio of where stuff actually is. So I've been getting thrown around a lot.
At you with suspicion. The scrawny chicken just looks at you.
Did Mama send you? She wants to take Jacqueline, but I won't let her.
Jacqueline's the chicken?
She bobs the chicken.
Mama says she's only good for meat now and she stopped laying, but she's my best friend.
She squeezes the bird to her chest.
Oh.
It bops her chin with its beak. A tall woman comes out of the house and walks toward you. Jacqueline squirms nervously. The girl takes a step back.
Give me the damn bird, Nance,
the woman says. Nance gasps.
This stranger wants to buy her.
She blurts. Her eyes beg you to play along.
Yeah, okay, kid.
The girl's face lights up. Jacqueline balks happily. Her mother looks suspicious, but takes your money.
More'n that bird was worth to us.
The girl takes your hand.
Thank you. You'll take care of her?
Till I get hungry, no, I'll keep the bird.
You set off on your way, Jacqueline tucked under one arm. She grows increasingly restless the further you venture. Finally, her wriggling is too much. You set her down on the road. She charges back the way you came. Some friends just can't be parted.
This happened with the dog earlier on. Well, we just can't get pets, apparently. Like, yeah, sure, kid, I'll take care of your pet. Runs off. Never mind. Oh my god. Okay, there's stuff up this way, but there's also this little tap. Yeah, let's stop by this Billings. Let's stop by Billings, Montana, then swing up north, because the game's tempting me further and further from Billings. Now let's go all the way to the back.
Fog fills
Jesus.
the margins of redwoods, banishing their high crowns. A strong musk, reminiscent of a gasoline spill, makes your eyes water. Behind distant sets of trees, a titanic silhouette lurches past.
There are no redwoods in Montana, but okay.
Broken lines of blood blotch the stranger's footprints. You come upon a maimed elk, whose sundered antlers have left behind patches of exposed tissue. The sediment-covered corpse seems to have been dragged some considerable distance. The silhouette of the stranger looms at the edge of visible forest. You feel the weight of their eyes upon you.
Again, leaving is just never the right option. If you're going for a story, and this game is all about stories, this seems like a false choice. Step back. Call out.
The stranger doesn't respond. They turn and walk into the fog.
But if the game didn't provide you with any choice, then...
Bang! The screen door clangs in the wind. Downstairs, you hear low murmurs. The wind again? Or voices? You are sure this house was deserted. In the living room, two young women are entwined atop a sleeping bag. One has her hands tangled in the other's bright red hair.
I can't believe we found another haunted house.
The red-haired girl laughs. A floorboard creaks under your feet.
Is it a ghost?
One yells.
I'm a spooky ghost.
The red-haired girl has jumped up between you and her companion, but relaxes her stance at your words.
Well, if you're talking, you probably aren't a ghost.
The blonde says. The red-haired girl looks to her, then back towards you.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here, passing through?
We're driving around, but Sam made us pull over for another night in a haunted house.
Sam squeezes her hand.
Come on, this is cool. There are probably bats in the attic.
Your presence is not unwelcome, but the two only have eyes for each other.
Cute.
A plank has been precariously raised as a tiny jetty over a creek, cutting its way through the woods. She's dressed in a simple baby blue dress, of the same cloth as her daughter's. Both are bent at the waist, staring into the clear water.
What is this music?
It fell somewhere in here. Can't have gotten far.
She has the rocky voice of a distraught person who's unused to being distraught.
Huh.
Hey, you!
She runs toward you, looking through displaced locks of wavy black hair.
Do you see my ring down there in the water?
Yeah, rings get lost in the water and the ocean very easily as well. I think my mom lost a family ring in the ocean. Yeah, there was a story of a woman living in England, I think, who she lost her wedding band doing laundry or something like that. And she ended up finding it decades later, growing in a carrot. The carrot had dug it out of the soil. I have no idea how the fuck it got there. Presumably they were dumping whatever wash water they were having on the crops. I don't know. This story happened a few years ago.
Your eyes scan the bottom of the water. looking for a glint of metal among the moving shimmers of tiny, silver-scaled fish.
Sorry, no, or I found it. Naturally, I found
He
it.
reached down into the water, gingerly grasping a narrow band of gold.
Oh, Lord, thank you so much.
She beams, all but stepping into the water to take it from you.
If you hadn't come around, I'd have lost my grandmother's ring.
This is the Pacific Northwest. I don't know why we're hearing Sailor Jaunty sounding music, because, yeah, that would be more New England. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
The ring's magical.
Fucking what?
The young girl blurts out. Her mother gives her a mock stern look, as though the daughter has just given away a big secret.
You drop it in the river, and it grants a wish.
Hell yeah!
The mother laughs, shaking the water from her hair.
Why, I wished a stranger would roll into town with some stories.
Well, you got me there. I do have stories. Alright, policeman arguing with a policeman. What are we getting? But Bushwhacker's vengeful ghost. Ah, the wounded soldier. It's now a vengeful ghost. Yeah, I mean, he was. Dick tried to stab me. Makes you invisible. Nah, not that kind of ring. It'd be a very different story. Search. Ah, money. Okay.
The pup is a skinny thing,
Aw.
but its eyes are bright. Its fur is shiny, and its tail thumps the ground eagerly at your approach. It won't come at your call. Instead, looks around as if worried that acknowledging you would mean betraying another.
Sad doggy.
The dog isn't tied up or injured. Must be well trained to sit so patiently. With a noise between a huff and a bark, it bounces to its feet when a small boy comes into sight. The child is ill-dressed and dirty, and grinning like a fiend.
Lion, you're so good.
I was not expecting that voice. No, where you
He
heading?
shrugs.
Don't know, really. Wherever our feet take us.
He scratches Lion's chin. The dog quivers with pleasure.
Lion's a circus dog. I was thinking about finding him a town, trying to earn money showing his tricks, but I don't think he'd be happy.
The boy inflates with pride.
All right, he won't get shy as there's just us.
He turns to Lion and looks deep into the dog's eyes.
Lion, please will you find me a hat?
Okay, the dog scampers away. I was waiting for the narrator to read that last
Lion
sentence.
can fetch anything. He understands lots of words.
The boy shrugs.
Mainly he fetches stuff I can sell. It's a living. We never take anything important.
His expression is guilty, but not repentant.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
The boy grins. Barking announces the return of Lion. He's got a fedora on his head. It's tilted rakishly. The dog scampers to its owner, who transfers the hat from Lion's head to his own.
Isn't he good? We'll get by. There's nothing we can't do together.
Is Lion a reference to Lionhead Studios, the people that made the Fable series? Because in those games, your dog would point out stuff that you could dig. It probably isn't. It's probably not. Because there are plenty of games now that you have a pet dog and can tell it to go get you stuff. Fallout 4 is the one that immediately comes to mind. Okay, more money I don't need. Excellent. I'm regretting coming out this way. Oh, there's Canada. Okay.
He spent a half hour
This dude.
filling you in on his plans to drive coast to coast. Enthusiasm radiates off him. When he talks, you hear the blare of the motor, feel the wind ruffle your hair, taste the tang of oil on the breeze. But why he dresses like a racer is beyond you.
Are those gloves deerskin? Why would you ask this of everything you could ask of this really weird sounding guy, deerskin?
Of course. Where's the joy in driving if you don't look the part?
He slips off a glove and has you feel how soft it is.
Driving really is the only way to travel.
Yeah, I prefer to walk.
There's a beat of silence. He smiles awkwardly, like he doesn't agree, but doesn't want to gainsay you.
If you're ever along the Mother Road, keep an eye out for me.
What in the fuck is the Mother Road? Mother Road. Is that a reference to Route 66? It is. Okay, could have figured that out. Yeah, Route 66, also known as Will Rogers Highway, the main street of America, or the Mother Road, was one of the original highways in the U.S. highway system. Established on November 11, 1926. I've driven old Route 66. It's full of not quite ghost towns, but ghost towns. Can I see your car?
He laughs.
Oh, friend, I would love to show you, but that's for another day.
He strolls off, whistling. The woman seated on a nearby step croaks a laugh.
Is he a driver without a car?
She shakes her head.
Factory's never gonna reopen.
Yep.
He'll never get the money. He'll never get his damn car.
Damn.
She chuckles.
Hadn't dampened his spirits none. Spent his last cent on those ridiculous clothes. That coast-to-coast trip is all he can talk about.
Oh, you poor bastard. That's so sad. Right, so we're here-ish. I'm gonna want to run to the end of Montana, down along whatever this river is, back into Wyoming, south through Wyoming, into Utah. You don't need an in-depth knowledge of the road system. Though they do make a lot of references that I have had to Google. What the fuck is the point of this crossing? What? Oh look, a dead end, or I can wander down. Oh, the point of this is to let you over if you get caught on this side of it. Okay. Alright, I got you, game. You know, I've only been in Montana once or twice. I think I camped there. Don't remember much of it. It was pretty enough. Was that Montana? Was that Wyoming? Fuck, I can't remember. Just because you've been to a place doesn't mean you really know the place. Which is probably an obvious sentiment, but a lot of the western states in the United States are pretty interchangeable, in my experience. Oh, there's Idaho. Idaho. Helena. Is this Helena or Helena? It's pronounced like my cousin's name. It's Helena. Bam. Alright, so we have Helena, we have something up in the top left corner of the screen to check out. Over that away. And some stuff to do.
The creature looms in an evergreen clearing.
My God.
Blood spattered around its maw.
Ah!
One enormous paw still buried in the flesh of the man sprawled beneath it.
Damn!
The grizzly spots you. Even at this distance, you can see its yellowed fangs. Slowly, deliberately, it begins to advance on you.
Okay. You're supposed to play dead, but I need more stories of this tarot suit, so I'm gonna climb a tree.
A knot in the trunk gives you a handhold, and you haul yourself up to the safety of the branches. The grizzly circles your tree several times, but makes no move to climb it. Eventually satisfied you pose no threat, it wanders off.
Yeah, bears are very good climbers. If you're ever in a situation where you're trying to get away from a bear, don't climb a fucking tree.
You are alone with the dead man. Beneath the terror of his final expression lurks surprise. The bear will return, or else the crows will take him. He belongs to the earth now. A branch snaps. Your pulse jumps. The forest does not want you here.
Well, there's not much forest here to want me. Or not want me. We're in Montana, man.
The Chinook salmon, having come to the end of its journey,
Look.
is a grotesque beast. A great curved hump on its back, and that deformed hook of a jaw. The raven perched on it is unusually large, with a fat tuft of black feathers wrapped around its neck like a mane.
Yeah, bears are much faster than humans.
With one practiced peck, it strikes at the salmon's blurred eye and pops it like a grape snapping open under your teeth.
These options.
After tasting the fluid inside, it turns toward you, beady black eyes glinting in dying sunlight.
You want some? I can't eat this all by myself.
Yeah, fish eyes are considered a delicacy in some parts of the world, from some parts of fish, or from some species of fish. But I'm gonna have to go with, hell no.
Suit yourself.
It steadies itself on the carcass, and some of the uric smell wafts over to you.
Don't look a gift eyeball in the mouth's what I always say.
Its voice is throaty and rough, fittingly.
That's a dumb
What are
joke.
you here for? Not the salmon.
I collect people's stories.
Stories, huh?
It tries to preen a stray feather back into place, but it only ends up more crooked.
What's so great about people? You should collect raven stories. Much better.
Hell yeah, tell me a raven story.
Well, this one's a secret.
It flaps its wings and flies towards you, perching on your shoulder.
You see, there once was this raven who liked to...
And then, instead of finishing his thought, he just snaps at your eye with that sharp needle of a beak.
Got him! I like a good bird. Excellent bird. It's a dick of a bird, but excellent
You
bird.
flinch and close your eyes instinctively, losing your balance and taking an ungainly fall onto the soft sand of the riverbed.
Ha!
Cries the raven, once again perched on the dead salmon.
People always fall for it. You should have seen your face.
Hell yeah, moving on. Kindly old man. Yeah, what story you tell me? So strong, newborn baby accidentally collapsed the house into terrifying tantrum. Oh. Huh. Okay. Weird that the story's now about the newborn baby instead of the strong old grandpa, but I mean, whatever. I think I like the grandpa version of the story more. Well, there's plenty of stuff in Idaho, but we're not going over there. Gonna wrap up Montana, head on south, like I told myself I would. Great, money, thanks, move on. I'm seeing so much shit in Idaho up here. No, just look away, Alex. Look away, you can't have it. I mean, I'm already up here. What if I swing through Idaho, then go into Wyoming, then go into Utah? Yeah, let's do that.
For hours now, you've seen it circling overhead. Its wings cutting across the sliver of sky you can see framed by the crowns of vast redwoods. But it's gone.
Oh,
And
shit.
suddenly, the eagle swoops down,
Did not mean to click.
claws splayed before it, wings spreading into a crescent of knife-sharp feathers.
Fucking fight me, bird.
It dives at you like a bomber biplane, body contracting into a bullet racing groundward. You tell yourself you won't flinch.
Flinch.
Something soft and incredibly fast brushes against your face. When you open your eyes, the eagle is climbing toward the sky already. A little forest mouse caught in one claw, wrinkled tail flapping in the wind.
Rip. Oh, that's one dead mouse. Alright, let's go hit the Montana-Canada border, and then hop over into Idaho from there. If we're going into Idaho, we're gonna do it right. Presuming I can even get that far north. These here mountains be of the rocky variety. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba. Are these oil derricks? I can't tell what these little things are yet. Alright, not seeing anything up north. What the fuck are you? Are these just like tiny pine trees? Yeah, these are just tiny pine trees. Oh, okay. Nothing in Idaho, but listen to that. No, be strong, Alex. We'll come back to Spokane. Spokane might be the last thing I do in the game. Or last city I run into in the game. With the route I'm taking right now. It's fitting. I live in Washington. Washington should be last. Or first. Ba 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 ba.
A weathered man unties a fishing boat from its mooring.
You heading out to fish? Can rent you a boat if you like. The lake's well stocked, but
He isn't smiling anymore.
A few of the songs have been unique to the regions. There's one version of the same song in every region we go to, but they also do have special ones. Like the Southwest had the song about the White Rider. That was not the same song.
there's a monster in the lake.
Monster.
Locals say it's the biggest trout ever to live. But they're wrong. Not a fish. Something else. And I'm gonna be the one to catch it.
Is it old Greg? Is it old Greg? You gonna learn about some love songs?
The water is clear
Love gangs?
and glassy as you paddle along the lake.
God, I
The
mighty
fisherman
douche.
is out in the middle of the lake. A throng is gathered on the dock. The breeze carries snatches of their conversation towards you. Punctuation against the rhythmic slosh of ripples against the wood.
God damn, this is a relaxing song.
You reel in several fish quite quickly. Fat, glistening trout flop around in the bottom of your boat. A sharp tug on the line threatens to topple your boat, but whatever's nibbling lets go almost immediately.
Okay.
Suddenly, you hear a splash and a burst of laughter from the dock.
Why was there okay, whatever. The man obsessed with a fish. Is that gonna turn into a man obsessed with a whale? Need some cash? Hell yeah. It would be nice, and I've mentioned this before, if you whistled whatever song we're playing, so it didn't seem like such an odd juxtaposition. You know. That would probably be fairly expensive to facilitate. Not really.
Timber!
Oh my god.
You hear the splintering crack of old growth breaking. A tall, broad man looms in the clearing. He casts a shadow almost as long as the trees. A handful of other men gaze at him with admiration. A slate-blue bull stands to the side, slowly chewing on a patch of grass.
Fuck, what is this guy's name? I remember stories about this dude from when I was a kid. Yeah, he's a giant lumberjack. He has his giant blue bull. Yeah, they're cute stories.
God damn! Shouts the second largest man, scratches his beard.
Come on, stranger, give it a shot. Try your arm against old Paul here.
He gestures to an axe lying atop a jagged stump. A couple
Paul Bunyan?
laughs
Yeah, there you go.
flow through the crowd. You
Alright.
strike out at a reedy spruce. The axe thwacks into the trunk and roots there. You wrench it out and swing again. Your rhythm is shattered by wood splintering. Your opponent has just cut through two thick evergreens growing close together in one fluid movement.
I like Paul Bunyan because it's just so fucking over the top. Yeah, man, he just swings through trees with one chop. Doesn't give a fuck. Cuts down entire forest. Has a giant blue bull. Where did they... What's up with the blue bull? Don't worry about it. Just has one. It's such a weird story.
Thwack, thunk, thwack. The huge lumberjack is cutting a circle around you, barely stopping to let one tree fall before he strikes another. The bearded man shakes his head, watching with amusement. Another lumberjack claps him on the shoulder.
Keep chopping.
At last, your tree falls. The bearded man steps forward and shakes your hand. Don't feel bad. No one can match him. I'm not even sure he's human. He looks at the woodcutter, now scratching the ox's ears. You gave it your best. That counts for something.
He would have so much money. God damn, yeah, Paul Bunyan would be loaded. Nothing over there? Yeah, alright, cool. Alright, it's technically in Oregon, but I'm going for it.
A Chevrolet idles outside a dusty filling station. A man bends over the radiator, sweat beading on his face. Two girls in matching flower sack dresses sit beside the car. The man looks up as you approach.
Got a moment to help me fill the radiator?
Either help him out or... Nah, I'm just gonna hang out with your family. No, help. That's
Sure do
water.
appreciate it.
The man tells you.
Fuck. Well, now I
Wonder
want
we get
pancakes.
anywhere, what with the goddamned radiator always breaking. Third town in a week. I keep looking for work, but haven't found anything.
He shrugs.
Gotta be jobs somewhere, right?
Maybe not.
He doesn't act like he's heard you.
Just a matter of time. It'll come right in the end. Sooner or later, it'll come right. I know it.
The radiator is full.
That's what I keep telling the girls. Someone's got to show them something better than this.
Oh, way too late to join the girls. Way too late.
At the end of a low-lit, smoky bar, a young man is recounting a story to a woman whose dark pin curls bob with every fascinated nod of her head. He nonchalantly waves the .38 special he's holding.
From the bank.
Boise.
He's pitched high enough for half the bar to hear.
Alright.
The bartender rolls her eyes, but no one seems particularly bothered by the storyteller or his weapon. You catch snippets of his tail as he waves his hands.
Farm. Everything will be all right now. Just a little robbery.
Just a little robbery.
Stand out.
I don't think of it as stealing. Just
Boys,
righting a
the
wrong. The bank took Dad's money and we're going to take his land. Now he can pay him and stay where he is for as long as he wants. If it happens to be with the bank's own money, even better.
No comment.
The woman's curls bounce as she shakes her head. A half-hearted protest undercut by her laughter.
I gotta lie low for a bit.
He says.
When I'm back, we can get married. Start a family of our own.
Maybe everything
No.
will work out for these two. Maybe.
No. I think I know what that story's gonna turn into. Violin is so fucking good. Tell them about the unstoppable Bronco.
Workers cluster outside a dilapidated church. A heavy-set man sings a work song as he swings his sledgehammer down on a broken retaining wall. His voice builds a rumbling harmony with the splintering stone. A burly man rests calloused hands on his idle jackhammer. Rapt.
Listen.
The melody is funereal, but the words are ecstatic. He sings of the sun breaking through clouds, of cold water drunk straight from a running creek, of a woman in white at the door of the church, his rising joy as he turns to face her. By the end, even the foreman is smiling.
That's cute. Mountains are stunning, but your attention is drawn to the near splendor of the Boise Hotel's massive neon sign stark against the sky. Despite new construction, you can tell this city is struggling.
People throng the fair, filling the air with laughter and chit-chat. Kids thread and weave through the stalls, laughing, and knots of farmers stand discussing the various animals on show. The cow is resplendent.
The resplendent cow.
It seems to glow in the sunshine. A winner's ribbon pinned on its bridle. The women smile when they see you looking. The one holding the bridle waves you over.
The song.
First in her category.
The woman sat milking chimes in.
She deserves it, wouldn't you say?
She doesn't wait for an answer.
Want to try some?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
You walk over as she dips a cup in the milking bucket. As you get closer, you see the patches on the cow's skin. Thick, irregular clumps of scales. The woman holds out the froth-laden cup.
nope.
She shrugs.
Suit yourself. They'll be charging top dollar for her soon.
What breed is she?
The women exchange a look.
She's a...
The other cuts her off.
You're a stranger.
She collects the stool, takes the cow by its bridle.
You ought to be going.
All right. Excuse you. Enormous burger, not a burger, an enormous burger. Spaghetti plate, apple juice, coffee. We're not getting any of that. We're fine. So I guess we follow 30 around. Right. I wanted to dip back into Utah, so let's follow 30 around. See where it goes. I lied. I'm not following 30. I'm chasing that dot on the horizon.
The policeman minds you for
Oh,
news
shit.
from anywhere but here as his radio burbles. Catch a snippet
Armed robbery in progress at...
before he turns it down.
Oh, I guess that sounded
He
important.
waves a hand.
Yeah, it's just Willie. Every month after his paycheck goes in, he marches into the bank with his 45 and demands cash. Candace gives it to him and deducts it from his account later.
Okay.
Right you are. No harm in it. Truth is, Billy just ain't very good at using banks. That's no crime.
Gunshots sound a few blocks away. His eyes widen. He kicks the car into gear and roars off, shouting into his radio.
Ruh-roh.
You get to the bank several minutes later. There's a crowd gathered round the entrance, blocking your view. But the action's over. A woman turns to you.
Someone came in waving a shotgun. Willie was there, put him down, but... Poor Willie.
Rip Willie.
A mi tren se le acabe guiar. No va a haber nadie más que cabe mi hoyo.
Okay. This half-finished house provides shelter from the wind, and the construction workers are already packing up their tools for the day. One of them sees you sneaking in, but gives you a wink. Try the basement. He suggests his advice is good. Find a spot for a long, cool rest. And this is exactly 2 hours, so I'm gonna keep streaming for... oh, probably another 2. But if you're watching on YouTube, sadly, this is it for today. Until tomorrow, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, all that silly shenanigans. Till then, toodaloo, take care. I'll see you later. Bye.